Hello Sagittarius, how are you? It's me, Lauren B, the Untitled Tarot. Welcome back. We are going to do your weekly spread. We're gonna do them a little bit differently this week. What day is it, Monday? Okay, so I'm a little late on the weeklies. They should have been done last week, but I'll catch up, I promise. So what we're doing is a basic instinct spread. It's one of the personals I offer where I don't use the regular tarot cards. There's a lot of full moon energy, cycles, purging. There's a lot of action, a lot of pressure built in for the people. So I figured we really didn't need like 8 of Swords tarot cards popping out. So we are going to do an animal oracle spread with the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle deck. It's by Kim Krans. These names are crazy. And then we're gonna use the Animal Spirit Oracle for advice later on. So Sagittarius, I have pulled just a couple cards for you for your general energy. I wanted to sit in your vibe for a little bit before we moved on. So this is what we have out for you so far. It's very interesting. Nobody's had anything out like this so far, so I'm kind of digging it. First out, you have the elephant, yes. And then you have the starfish, the oyster, my loves. Very interesting. We love to see the oyster. And the cheetah in reverse. So when it comes to the elephant, this is very much of a divine detour, hand of God energy, right? Elephants, they're ancient in terms of like a breed. They're magnetic, they're huge. They have the ability to pick up objects and move things around that other animals in the environment just wouldn't be able to do, right? They create paths where there were none before, and they create obstacles. They stop paths where there were before, right? It's kind of like a very much of a divine detour. And then next out, you have the starfish. The starfish, this is a beautiful energy. Starfish spirit is very much about self-expression, just letting yourself shine. In the traditional tarot, it is a little bit like the star card. It's a lot of like a wish, right? A hope, a dream, even if just for yourself, right? Your ability to shine, to be open, to just express, to flow. And then you have the oyster, which is beautiful, beautiful water energy. This is about something special, right? Because what's inside of an oyster? A pearl. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of pressure. It takes a lot of digging. It takes a lot of shucking. Not all oysters have pearls, right? Something very, very special. And the cheetah energy, this is, you know, it's a predatory, not necessarily in a bad sense, but a very fast moving, heated, passionate, kind of predatory hunter energy. We have it in reverse. So the way that I'm seeing your general energies is that, first of all, spirit's all over your butt, Sagittarius. We did just have that north and south node switch into Gemini and Sagittarius from Cancer Capricorn. So something to look into for you. You might be feeling those energies a little extra. But I look at these cards and what I see is, this is you, Sagittarius. You are the starfish, right? And it seems as though right now you are maybe in a bit of gestation chrysalis period where it seems that the source is kind of like baby palming you, you know, like a little baby bird, like carrying you through. And it seems like there's kind of activity around you that might seem a little chaotic, perhaps, right? But it's kind of the universe, source, spirit, whatever you like to call it, kind of creating these divine detours, but holding you so close, holding you so close, like almost like protecting you. So that way, like your shine doesn't get like rusted over, right? Source kind of carrying you through. And I was like, well, to what? And I saw this oyster and I sat in your energy and I was like, is Sagittarius the oyster? Is that what it is? Is the elephant, is God bringing you to this oyster? And that felt more correct. And for the first time in this card, and I've just been noticing things in cards and all over the place lately that have just I've never noticed before. There's like a new weird thing going on for me, but I see these kind of like, these lines coming out of this oyster, right? But they look like spurs to me, like spikes. It's like a protection mechanism. It's like this oyster, this special thing, whatever the pearl, whatever's inside of this is like protected, right? There's like a natural defense system. It's almost that like, what is yours cannot be taken. It's like that kind of energy, right? And I look at it with this cheetah in reverse, right? It's that very heated, passionate energy, very fast moving. And it's like, of all the cards on the deck, the elephant and the starfish and the oyster are all kind of face on, right? And then you have this cheetah, and it's the only one going in the opposite direction. And it's almost like there might be things coming in to this oyster, whether this is a job opportunity, a person for, like whatever this is for you, but you might not even know what it is, honestly. You might just be like, let go and let God, and God's just carrying you through life right now, carrying you through the jungle. You don't even know where, you're just like, I hope they're bringing me somewhere good. God, I hope so. And it's like things are coming in. Other things see like the potential of this oyster, whatever it is. See that there's potentially like some kind of, there's something good in here, but there's like a natural defense mechanism, because I feel as though it might be like, it is for you. It is part of your path, which is why Spirit's kind of carrying you to it, and it is naturally protected. And so anything that is coming in right now is kind of just being naturally like spurred off, right? All of these predators. So you, Sagittarius, seem to be in a state where you're being cradled by Source, which is a nice place to be, being carried to an oyster, who knows what's inside, and anything that seems to be coming in to try and mess with your oyster is getting booted out. So that's cool. That's interesting that these cards are doing that. So let's get into your environment. I want to see what's going on in your general environment. In the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. That's what I should call it. I should call it the Welcome to the Jungle spread. I think I can get rights to that song. Ooh, shh. Okay, we'll take it. Okay, we'll take it. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, Sagittarius. Feeling feisty. I see this. Okay, once again, take that card. Yeah, let's take that card top out. It's very dark down here. I should turn the light on. Do you want me to take both of these? Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. In your energy, your general environment, you have the peacock in reverse. You have the spider. You have the wolf. And you have the firefly. We love that. These, off the bat, almost feel like very separate energies in your environment. Okay. These are separate energies. Whatever it is, whether it's like a project, whether it's a person, whatever it is, you might not even know what it is, Sagittarius. I'm feeling for a group of you that is the case. Whatever it is, this oyster is so energetically in your field right now that's why your environment is split, because I just realized like the energies in your general energies are also split. Like this is also not just them telling us what's in your general energy, but also like there's like two sides to this story. This is a two-part tale right now. This is a two-person reading, two-party reading. So however this plays out, like I said, it could be a job, it could be a million things, but in the environment underneath you, we have the peacock in reverse and we have the spider. The peacock energy is very much of a Nine of Pentacles energy. It's very much of a regal energy, a lot like the starfish, right? Allowed to just be beautiful, to be graceful, right? In reverse. And then, which makes me feel as though perhaps this process of kind of being carried, this let go and let God, it's a lot to feel out of control like that. It's like a little bit of controlled chaos. You're like, yeah, I know I'm in God's hands, but I don't need to put my seatbelt on, you know? Because the spider energy is very much of it's a planning energy, right? It's a building. It's almost it feels very like Three of Pentacles to me, right? But with all of the colors, it also tells me that it's not just in the external environment, it's internal as well. Your alignment, your head, your heart, your soul, how you feel every day when you wake up, how you feel moving through these environments, right? So it's almost like your natural state is to be the starfish, but having, I think, to release a little bit of that control, especially if you don't know where you're going, where or to who, or you know, what's at the end of this pot of gold for you, right? It's like, I get the sense that you don't even realize that there's things coming into it to try and like circumvent, you know what I mean? But they're just naturally being repelled, whether by the oyster itself or by divine intervention, right? With one hand, they're carrying you. With the other hand, they're like shooing off everything else off this oyster. But that's in your energy. It's like you're trying to go with the flow. You're trying to work the process, right? You're trying to be collaborative in the building. Like, no, okay, I have to release control here. Like, I have to let myself shine there. It's this, you know, this process, this alignment, all the gears turning as one with source, letting it be the hand that cranks the wheel, right? But that is you feeling a little bit like you're not feeling in your Knight of Pentacles energy. You're not feeling as stable. You're not feeling as confident. You're not feeling like you can shine so much. And then next out with the Emperor, this is very much of like an Aries energy. It's an Emperor energy for me, right? Very passionate. Almost like this cheetah in reverse, but like focused, more determined. And then this Firefly energy, again, it's about like shining, being like very sweet, very special, right? Like you're a little kid and you see fireflies out in the backyard on a summer night and you're like, oh, I want to catch it, right? Like it's something, it is almost again like the starfish energy. So it's interesting that, I mean, there's a lot of mirroring going on because a lot of times in some of the spreads you'll see like a situation play out in the environment and then a huge reaction to it in the general energies for that sign, and you can kind of see why. But it's almost as like the environment is the exact same as the general energy. Like you guys are mirroring and flowing, whether it's both parties, like whether it's like whatever it is kind of coming together. And as it's coming together, it's like all one, which I suppose is because of all this sort of divine intervention, this divine hand guiding. I guess that's why it's like, it's very smooth. It's very like cyclical in like a nice way. It's like a perfect mirroring. It's like, I can see you're feeling a little bit like, oh, I'm trying to go with the flow, but it's hard. Cause you're like, I feel like it's going to be worth it, even though I don't really know what it is. And maybe you do, right? And you're like, I hope it's going to be there when I get there, but it's going to be fine. And it's like, this energy is almost like trying to hold its own, right? Like as an emperor, whether it's, like I said, a job opportunity, a person, it feels a little bit like a person, but you know, it's like they're holding their own. They're being in control. They're not necessarily coming in as like a predator, feeling like they have to defend themselves and like in an explosive way, like a predator. It's like they have these natural defenses, this natural, like, just get away from me, right? It's like this firefly. It's almost like, it's weird off this firefly. I'm almost getting like a pest energy, like a get away from me. It's like kind of like the same thing because this cheetah and this firefly are the only cards that are like, again, pointing away from this wolf, from this oyster, which are head on. So it's almost like some of the things coming into this oyster emperor energy in this environment could be coming in like kind of hot, and some of them could be like coming in a little bad cop or like a little aggressive or whatever, and some of them could kind of try and be coming in like a little sweet or like a little sly or like a little bit like a pest or like something like that. But like it's almost like it's unshakable. This energy, this oyster is like unshakable, whether it's just like something on your path that you were just meant to do, and it's that opportunity is going to be there for you come hell or high water because the divine's going to make sure, or whether it's a person and they just are naturally like repelling these other things because maybe they're on the same path as you. I know I'm going to do love readings next week. Leave me alone. They keep bothering me about that. But that's what it feels like. It doesn't matter if something comes in like pitchforks and torches, or if something comes in like, you need a cup of sugar. It doesn't matter because it's like, this energy knows. It's like waiting. Okay. Let's see, Sagittarius. What's in your strengths? I want to see what's in your strengths. Thank you, Spirit. Can you please tell me what's in Sagittarius' strengths? It feels so smooth, though. It's like such a cyclical, but in like a good way. It's like all planned out. That's what it feels like. Like divine's like got it all planned out. Strengths. Interesting. Okay, so you have the elk energy. You have it in reverse. This is a little bit of I wouldn't call it an emperor energy. It's a little bit of like almost maybe like a king of pentacles energy, maybe like a king of wands energy. It's very patriarchal, fatherly energy, which to me tells me that one of your strengths is in kind of releasing that control, releasing the reins, like not having to be like whipping the chains of the chariot, you know what I mean? Kind of letting go a little bit, almost like releasing control to like the higher father, or whatever you want to call it. It's dog duff for me, but we're untitled here. You call it what you want. Call him Steve. That makes you happy. Is that your only strength? No. I was like, that's a good ass strength, but I'm just saying. Ooh, okay, right, fish, going with the flow, right? When we release that control, we give up the reins to the Father, that abundance, that peace, that cooling water, right? And it's interesting because I'm seeing the red very much like that sacral energy, kind of the same thing here and here, right? It's very interesting. And then you have the Lamb out energy. Oh, I love this card so much. This is such like, it can be a little bit of like a naive energy, a little bit of like an innocent energy, but with all this color in the background, it's very trippy to me. It's almost like, help me, Spirit. It's like releasing yourself to the magic, like letting go of control and just like letting yourself just be almost like a kid and just like, we're going on a magical adventure. I don't know the hell where God's taking me, but we're going on a magical adventure. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's having like that fresh spirit, right? Like that innocence, that naivety. Like, I don't know where we're going and I don't know how I'm gonna get there. And I don't know even what's gonna be there when I get there, but I'm excited. Like, cool, this is a trippy little adventure. Let's hit it. And that's good. That's good because it's, when you have to release control and there's like big cycles and it just feels like there's a lot at stake or there's a lot going on and you might not even know why or where or how or, you know, like, it's good to kind of breathe that little bit of like levity and that little bit of like that inner child, like, well, screw it, let's say, like, you know, you kind of need it sometimes. So let's a little steam out of the kettle. Let's see what's in your weaknesses. Not that Sagittarius is that many. Let's see what your weaknesses, maybe in this situation, Sagittarius. We got one. Anything else? We got two. Okay. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. Stop. Collaborate and listen. First out, my dears, you have the Bat card. You have the Nightingale out in reverse. And then you have the Fire Ant. You are not going to get all of the answers in which you seek until you get to this oyster, but it is normal and appropriate to express, let it out, any fears. I'm upset, I'm scared, I don't know where we're going, I'm feeling insecure, I feel like I don't have, you know, I'm feeling a little weak in my faith right now. I'm feeling like I'm feeling mad, frustrated. I'm feeling impatient, like whatever it is, like just own it. Just own it and live in that moment as like a piece of shit for a minute and like, just hold on to it. And then just like work through it. Let it digest. Like, cause the worst thing when you're mad is just to be like, just release it. Like, yeah, okay. But like, I'm pissed off right now. Like I can't just namaste it out in like a second. Like you got to give yourself, be mad, go put on a song and be like, go scream in the woods, whatever. But then, digest it, transmute it, but express it, because if you don't, the pressure's gonna keep building for you, right? It takes bravery, right? You can't be brave unless you're scared, and it takes a lot of courage in order to just kind of have enough faith in yourself that you have the tools that you need, or that you will learn and gather what you need on the way, and that source has your back, and you're on path, and it takes bravery, right? But there's also a lot of feelings that go in there, a lot of fear, just a lot. And so it's okay to not know everything. Don't let that eat you up, right? Express. This is about singing your own song. Like, express. Even just talk to your angels, talk to your guides, talk to your friends, because you got to let a little bit of that steam out of the kettle. Be like, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm feeling impatient. Like, please help me with my faith, because I'm having a hard time believing right now. I'm having a hard time holding that high space. Like, just speak it, because it'll just help you just vent, even if it's just to your guides, to the angels, to the squirrels in your backyard, like whatever. But that's it's gonna trip you up, because they got you. This whole situation's like, I don't know what it is, but it's like wrapped up in a little. It's being very much protected. You, the other party, the travel plans, the whole thing. Okay, that's too many. I'm not gonna take all, that's way too many. I'll take that one though. This is how we're gonna proceed forward, Sagittarius. How we're gonna proceed forward. Okay. Oh, I guess you guys are gonna start feeling better. I don't know where that came from. I thought you guys are gonna start feeling better. Okay, so this is how we should be proceeding forward, Sagittarius, given what we know now. You have out the crocodile. Which is interesting because this is a very old ancient energy. This is a very old ancient energy. This energy is a little bit more I wouldn't say this is a little bit more of like a stoic energy, right, than this, because this is a little bit more of a predatory energy. This is like very resilient. This is like, you know, it's crocodile for Christ's sake, right? But it's like, it's the depths, right? It's something that's been there waiting, watching, circling for a long time, right? Butterfly. Good old transformation, baby. Good old transformation. This is almost like, and then it's like the deer, and you have the shark, and you have out this little mouse in reverse. And it's like, what I'm seeing right now, it's almost like watch and wait. It's like this situation is not fully gestated yet, right? Like this is almost like, it's the same ancient energy that you have up here, but it's almost like a little bit more, it's a little bit tougher. It comes off a little bit more predatory. It's almost like, and with this transformation, it's almost like, this is like the hard, it's like when a butterfly is in a chrysalis in that little cocoon, it's hard, right? It's almost like source is up here, like cradling this little situation, but don't worry. It's like, don't worry, because like they've also got like a spiritual bat and like a spiritual like safe space. It's like there's a hard exterior around this transformation. Like this situation moving forward, know that it's not fully gestated yet, but like spirit's amping up that protection, right? It's like those spurs. Like don't feel as though if it's taking longer than you want, that like spirit dropped the ball or something. Like they're actually like protecting it more than ever, so don't worry about it. And this deer energy, it can be very much of it's very graceful, it's very alert, right? Moving forward, like try to maintain an upward peacock stance, your 9 of Pentacles. Be your starfish, shine, be beautiful, be graceful, right? Let flow with the process. You know, like a mermaid in the sea, Sagittarius. Be temperance, you are, right? But this can also be a little bit of like a paranoid, a little bit of like an over alert energy. So it's a little bit like moving forward, like just trust, like spirit's a badass and like they got your back and it's not ready yet. This oyster's not ready yet, but it is very much protected. It's like almost like the scales on this crocodile is a little bit like the spurs coming off of this oyster, right? So like don't get paranoid, stay in the good deer energy, right? Again, shark, another very old ancient energy. Like we are watching, we are circling. It's like very much of like have faith. As mouse energy in reverse. The mouse is very much of like a tend to the small details, right? Big picture, big picture. So moving forward, Sagittarius, what we want to do is just remember that not only can spirit like hold us very like soft and gently, like as we grow and we transform, but they can also shit up if they have to. And like they got this, they're protecting your transformation. The oyster is being protected. So stay in your divinity, walk in your highest good, be graceful, keep that release of control. That keeps you in your Queen of Cups energy. We're starting new cycles. You want to be in our Queen of Cups energy, not our Queen of Swords energy, right? Circling, they got it. Big picture, stay big picture about the whole thing, okay? We're gonna play one little advice card. Well, however many they want to give us. I don't like to tell them, they tell me. Okay. Sagittarius, you got cards all, I gotta move some of these. I'm so sorry, I love you dearly, but it's just too many on the board. The camera's up so high, so you can't really see the board, but there's cards up here. I mean, 18 cards, 18, 19 cards, something like that. It's hard for me to do like little spreads. I do little spreads on Twitter every day. I do like morning, night, and I do spreads for all the elements every day, but those are like my little like 5 card spreads. That's the only time I could do a little spread. Otherwise it's like that. It's just like that. It's rude. Ah. Oh, I love it. Oh, what did I say? What did I say about this little like not naive, like don't be stupid, but you know what I mean? Like this joyful, playful, like inner child, like I don't know, I might scrape my knee, but I'm gonna ride my bike anyway. Sandpiper spirit. Be playful. Be playful. Right? What's this? Dove spirit. Be peace. Be peace, my loves, right? Because you know it's like you being carried. You're being carried. And underneath the deck for that, white raven spirit. Trust the magic. That's a lot of sixes. 51 breaks down to a 6. 6, 6. 21 breaks down to a 3. Spirit's all over your butt. Trust the magic. You got this. They got you. So don't stress too much, okay? Okay. I love you, Sagittarius. Dearly, sweetly, my little baby Temperance. I hope you found this spread well. I hope it helped. All of my information should be in the description box. All the decks that I use, my Twitter where I do daily spreads, my email, all my stuff for my personals, everything you should need to be in there. If you want to chit chat, you can do so in the comments. Thank you for everybody for all your support and subscribing and liking. It's like means the whole wide world to me, and I love you guys so much. So I will see you next week, Sagittarius. Actually, honestly, what is Monday? I'll see you in a couple days, Sagittarius. I think I'm gonna do the love readings, but we'll see. We'll see. Goodbye.